Hey everyone, I hope everybody is doing well. I want to wish you all happy holidays. I'm Zach from tradingwithzach.com. In this video, I'm going to do a stock market analysis. I'm going to highlight the various sectors that are going to be doing very, very well in 2018. And if you'll come and join me on tradingwithzach.com, you will also be able to participate for profit in the market action. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the oil market. So our standard chart settings for those of you new to tradingwithzach.com. We use two time frames on the screen at the same time. We have the daily chart on the left hand side and we have the weekly on the right. We use three moving averages, the 200 in red, the 50 moving average in yellow, and the 20 moving average in blue. And we use those three moving averages on both the daily and weekly charts. Sometimes we also look at the monthly chart as well. So let's start with the USO. This is the ETF that tracks the crude oil price. So we can see oil made a major bottom in early 2016. It's gone sideways in really what's bullish consolidation. Looking at the 20 moving average, we've now crossed above the 50 moving average. Again, we're looking at the right hand side, the weekly chart. Weekly charts are very, very strong in terms of giving us an indication as to what a stock or ETF or market is doing. It tells us where the institutions are participating and moving a stock or sector. So we can see we're well above the moving averages now. What I want to do is turn this into a monthly chart. So looking at the right hand side, here's something that's very, very interesting. We can see that the monthly 20 moving average, we've been in a downtrend, and since we've leveled off, the 20 moving average is now moving sideways, and price for the first time since the middle to late end of 2014, for the first time we are now above the 20 moving average on the monthly chart, and we're going sideways in a sideways bullish consolidation. This is telling us the oil market is now in a long-term uptrend, or a long-term uptrend is about to commence. That's very, very important. That means we want to get back into oil stocks that have done so badly on the way down. So let's look at a few oil stocks that we're going to be looking to get into really starting this week on tradingwithzach.com. First one is KMI. So we can see we've got this beautiful bullish pattern on the daily chart, and looking at the right on the monthly, we're into this band of consolidation here. At tradingwithzach.com, we've already played this up move here. We made 95% on options only earlier this week when we closed our position, and we caught this big move up on KMI. We got in on this signal here, which we got on the 6th of December. So looking now on the right hand side, I'm going to change it to a weekly chart. We can see reasons for that trade. We got into this area of support here. We're now coming up to the 20 moving average on the weekly chart, although it's in downward alignment. So on any bullish pattern like we have here, KMI will be going higher. Other stocks, oil stocks we're going to look at are things like ETP, a very, very similar setup. These stocks are very, very much oversold. This one on the weekly chart, and if I turn it to a monthly chart, you can see is into a double bottom support. This looks a good setup. So this is so oversold on the monthly time frame. Stocks like ETP and KMI will be doing very well going into the early part of 2018. Now there's also an oil stock that I've just issued today to my members on tradingwithzach.com. It's a small cap oil stock, and with the oil market now in a longer term uptrend, this oil stock is really going to rocket. It's going to do very, very well. As I say, it's a small cap oil stock, and I'm going to show you the chart setup for it. Okay, so here it is. And we can see it's on the daily chart above the moving averages. It's giving us a sort of bullish formation. The weekly chart on the right is also looking bullish, and we're sitting just above these moving averages, which are pointing upwards. Let's go to the monthly chart. Oops, on the right hand side. So looking at the monthly chart on the right hand side now, look at this. Since really earlier this year, the 20 moving average has been on an upward path. We've tested it once already, and we are now building a bullish base on the monthly chart. Remember, monthly time frames are very, very strong. These are the time frames that the institutions are looking at to decide where to hold stocks and where to support them and where to take them higher. So we're going sideways in a bullish base, and this stock can very easily double in price, in which case the options on it will do spectacular. spectacularly better. Now, details of this stock is reserved for members of tradingwithzach.com. I've just issued an alert on it in an analysis video today, so if you come on board, join me for the 7-day free trial if you're not already a member, and you'll be able to see what this stock is. So go to tradingwithzach.com and just click on the 7-day free trial and you'll get access to this information. Okay, let's look at another sector now, and that's the gold market. Let's look at the GLD. So looking at the daily chart on the left hand side, we can see we bottomed here about a week or two ago and we've gone straight up. We filled these gaps here. Now the right hand side is telling us we've got the 20 moving average on the weekly chart moving upwards, as is the 50 moving up average. That's telling us with these moving averages moving upwards, it's telling us that gold, the GLD, is in a medium term uptrend. What we now need to do to forecast which way gold will be going on the longer term is to look at the monthly chart and see if that can give us any clues. Let me get the monthly chart on the right hand side. Okay, so since early 2016 we've had the monthly 20 moving average moving in an incline. So that's telling us on the medium term or longer term we're in an uptrend. Look at this. This is quite bullish. Earlier in the year we moved above both moving averages. Now we're looking at the monthly chart on the right and we've gone sideways. We've come down a bit, but we've tested that 50 moving average on the monthly chart. Now that has leveled off from its downward orientation, and in a month or two, if that thing starts to turn higher, which it would do if gold proceeds north, then we will be entering a longer term uptrend in the GLD. What we're doing on tradingwithzach.com is we're waiting for bullish patterns to present themselves on the daily and weekly charts. Now that we know from the monthly chart that this thing is in an uptrend, we know we can jump on board when we get good patterns. Looking at the gold miners. Now I will come to the dollar in a moment, but I just want to go through the gold miners. The GDX, we've got something similar going on. Again, we've held all of these lows from earlier in 2017, and we are starting to head north. Again, we've got to look at the monthly time frame, and we've got practically an identical setup on the monthly chart of GDX. What's interesting here is we're nearly at the end of the month of December, and if GDX goes sideways in the coming days this week, this candle will end up and it will complete as a bottoming tail, which is telling us this is it will be a longer term low for the GLD. It's into this solid support. It's hitting the 50 monthly moving average, and gold should start, or the gold miners rather, should start to move higher again. Those of us on tradingwithzach.com, those of you with me, we'll know exactly when to get into things like GDX when we get good setups on the daily chart. We obviously never ever trade off the monthly chart itself. We're just using it as a long-term guide, but we need to look at the shorter time frames to absolutely get a precise and good entry whenever we enter a trade. Let's look at the GDX, which is the junior gold miners. We've got exactly the same setup here. We've held the moving averages on the monthly chart. We've got the 20 moving average moving higher. So this is all consistent. Now, there's possibly a dichotomy here. Let's look at the UUP, the dollar. We can see on the monthly time frame the 50 moving average is moving higher, which suggests to us that the dollar may want to move higher. However, on the 20 moving average, that's now started to turn downwards. Of course, that is much more fluid. The 20 moving average will be far more fluid than the 50 moving average, and so the fact that the 20 monthly moving average is now turning downwards is telling us that there should be some more weakness further down the line in the UUP, and that would of course bode well for precious metals like GLD, SLV, and of course the gold miners. Notwithstanding that, we do have to keep an eye on the dollar, because if we do hold this 50 monthly moving average, it's something to be aware of. On the shorter term time frame, the daily chart of the UUP, we're below the 50 moving average, and we just have to see if this dollar will go down further. Notwithstanding that, the fact is we've got good setups on the longer term time frames on the precious metals, and it's something to be aware of, that the precious metals are looking like they want to go and make new highs in 2018. If we look at things like wheat and precious metals, Again, the monthly chart, we've got this 20 moving average moving higher, telling us we're in a longer term uptrend. And if I change that to a weekly chart, we can see, look at this confluence of the 20 and 50 moving averages on the weekly time frame, and this thing definitely wants to go higher. Let's now move to a different sector, which I think will be doing very well in 2018. This is SEA Guggenheim Shipping ETF. Look at this, after being in the doldrums for the last 3 or 4 years, we've got the monthly moving average, which has now leveled off and is about to move higher. We've got the candles of the last 2 months moving into support here. Let's go to the weekly time frame. We can see this support level has held from earlier in 2017, and it looks like SEA will be going higher. Looking at individual shipping stocks, those of you that are with me on tradingwithzach.com, you will know we've already entered a position in this. Let's change this to a weekly chart on the right hand side. Look at this, for the first time really in a long time, DRYS, which has been in a constant spiral downwards with all its reverse splits that it's been doing, for the first time we've now maintained level above, we've maintained price above the weekly 20 moving average, which all importantly for us is now pointing upwards. This is telling us dry ships is now entering a medium term uptrend. Now we've had a bit of a pullback in recent days. That looks healthy. We've got small candles here. This thing should now set up. I'm forecasting that this thing should level off here and should start to turn higher. There are many other shipping stocks that are also in a similar position, and a lot of them are, even the bigger ones, are starting to show signs of entering a longer term uptrend. Now there's one shipping stock that I want to point out to you that is a penny stock, and now with the shipping sector going into a longer term uptrend, also the Baltic Dry Index is at a relative high compared to where it's been in recent years, so that of course bodes very well for the sector. Now those of you with me on tradingwithzach.com will know that I've alerted you to a penny stock, a shipping penny stock that is set to go up spectacularly. The stock is very low in price. In fact, what I'm going to do for you guys watching on YouTube, I'm going to show you a pattern of the chart, but of course I'm not going to disclose it to you. That's reserved for members of tradingwithzach.com. So this is the shipping stock that I've already alerted members of tradingwithzach.com. You can see, look at this, beautiful bullish formation that we've been getting really throughout the month of November and December. We're looking at the daily on the left hand side. We are holding the 50 moving average beautifully. For us on tradingwithzach.com, we always look at the bigger time frames, and look at this. We're going sideways in bullish consolidation. We're within this green bar, and the 20 moving average on the weekly time frame is now turning upward. You know, this thing can really start to run, and I've looked at the I've done some research on this company. This company is worth many times more what its current share price is. So this thing really could start to fly, and it could rise maybe 500, 1,000%, maybe even 2,000%. Certainly over the longer term, it is grossly undervalued. And with the shipping sector turning upwards, you guys really want to be in on this stock. Come and join me on tradingwithzach.com, and you'll find out what this stock is. There's a 7-day free trial, so you don't need to part with any money at this stage. You can just take the 7-day free trial and go to the trade alerts page, and you will see what this stock is. Okay, so let's come back to what we were looking at previously. Okay, so the next sector we're going to look at is the base metals. Looking at the XME again, we're now in a longer term uptrend. Looking at the weekly chart, look at this. We made a low in early 2016. The weekly moving averages are pointing upwards, certainly the 20 and the 50. Let's look at the bigger time frame. The monthly chart, look at this. Only a week or two ago we tested that 50 moving average on the monthly chart, and boom, we are going higher. So really we're going to be looking at miners now, and I've already highlighted some miners that we're going to be getting into on tradingwithzach.com. Come and join me, take the 7-day free trial if you're new to the site, and you'll find out what plays we're going to be getting into this week and into early 2018. Okay, so just to conclude this market analysis video, let's take a look at the S&P 500, the SPY. On the daily time frame, of course, we're still in an uptrend. Everything is intact. Now, it just could be the case that we are in the latter stages of this multi-year bull run. Perhaps at some point in 2018 to 2020, the markets may well turn lower and enter a bear market. I mean, that's looking quite far ahead, but at the moment, the trend is your friend. Everything is still intact. What I would expect, at the very least, is some sort of pullback, perhaps in January or February. I don't think it will be a pronounced or deep correction. I think it will just be a comfortable pullback. But again, that remains to be seen. But it's just something that we need to be aware of. And if that happens, you'll have stocks like, let me just show you this one, GoPro, which are very, very vulnerable. This was obviously a big name when it launched in 2014, but it's come down ever since. We're getting bearish patterns on all time frames on this, and it's looking like stocks like this want to go low. So if the S&P 500 does have a pullback, stocks like GoPro will be vulnerable. So okay guys, let me just take you to the front page of my site. So this is the site. Let me just log out so you see what it's like as a visitor. So you'll come over to the site. There's a whole plethora of information here. One of the first things you should do is just click on 7-day free trial. You'll get access to my analysis video, detailed analysis video showing you the small cap plays that I've just pointed out to you in today's video, and you'll be it's around 30 minutes long, and you'll see all the other stock plays that I'm looking to enter this week. So just looking at the site, you've got my story, which tells you all about me, frequently asked questions, why Trading with Zach stands out from other sites. Then I've got a lot of free information, Traders Rulebook, I've got a guide on options, I've got a video there showing you the best chart settings that you should be using, which is exactly the same as the chart settings that I've been using in the video today. So there's a lot of information there for you guys to get your teeth into. Those of you that jump on board and become full members, you'll see we've got a trade alerts page, then we've got the open positions page, and we have tutorial videos which teach the methodology that we practice here on tradingwithzach.com. Now, those of you that do jump on board and become members, the normal price is $99 a month. However, if you go to the free stuff menu, and if you click on best chart settings and go to the bottom of that page, you will see there is a discount promo code, and we're offering as an end of year special offer, we're offering membership to tradingwithzach.com for only $49.50 a month, and that's for life. So you'll be getting a 50% discount on the normal price of $99 a month. If you guys have any questions on any of the stocks we've looked at today, or trading in general, or any questions regarding the site, don't hesitate, shoot me an email, zach@tradingwithzach.com, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my site. Thanks for watching.